welcome to the organs of Addington. Addington Palace, the home of the Royal School of Church Music. Well, the home of the Royal School of Church Music for the moment, not much longer because we are due for a move actually. But we're making a little tour of the organs, a kind of permanent record, and we're in the robing room at the moment, where we have a very fine two-manual Harrison organ, which was designed for private residence and installed in Denver Mill, I beg your pardon, in Norfolk in 1919. And upon the death of the owner, Thomas Edwin Harris, the organ was given to the RSCM by his widow in 1970. What a lovely room to play this organ in, with the great window looking over the magnificent golf course and the setting sun outside. Well, this is our most romantic organ, and of course it has just what you'd hope for, some strings on the swell. I'm adding the 4-foot flute on the swell. Flute. And the grate has rather a lot of 8-foot stops. It has some upper work, but it has a little flute which might well have been improved had it been 4-foot, but no, it's 8-foot. Now I'm creeping onto the grate. A little dulciana, which won't make much difference, but it's added now. Now, typical romantic stop, the clarible flute. The pedal has 2 bourdons. I've just added the heavy one and the 8-foot. There's not much of a build-up on this organ. We can get this far. Now on the swell, unusual specification. No bright 4-foot or 2-foot or mixture, but an 8-foot string. Do you hear that coming on now? With the octave out, makes a bit of upper work for the swell. Dive bass on the grate. Adding now. Contra oboe on the swell. Trumpet on the swell, added to the rest, giving a full swell effect. And on the grate, the 2-foot and the quint added now. Double on the grate as well. But let me let you hear this little string stop, most unusual. Yes, quiet strings on the swell, but also a solo string, most unusual on a small organ, a viol d'orchestra of quite some proportions, which goes right the way down. Bottom C. Can nicely be accompanied on the grate with the dulciana. Here it is doing so. I've added the flute to this string now. the 16-foot oboe and the 8-foot trumpet. Wants a little more accompaniment. Nice little flute on the swell. 4-foot. And the quiet 8-foot solutional. And the whopping big diapason, great diapason on the great. For romantic effects. Unusual specification on the swell. 1, 2, 3, 4 8-foots, a tiny 4-foot. No 2-foot, no mixture, but a 16-foot oboe and an 8-foot trumpet. There's a trumpet again. And the great diapason. And the great 1, 2, 3, 4 8-foots, a 16-foot, a big 4-foot octave, and the usual quint and 2-foot stop at the top. Well, that completes our little investigation of this robing room, Harrison 2-manual organ, the romantic organ in the house.